Do you know about antithesis? We use it all the time in English. Do you know the typical intonation pattern to use when using antithesis? Well, in this video, these are exactly the things I'm going to help you with. Antithesis can mean the opposite of something, or something that is being compared to in order to strengthen an argument. So for instance, hatred paralyzes life, love releases it, which is a quote from a very famous speech that Martin Luther King Jr. gave. So here, hatred and love are antithetical. They're being compared to one another. They happen to be opposites, but they're being compared. And paralyzes and releases are also antithetical. So we use intonation in a very specific way to mark and compare these antithetical words. Firstly, we just tend to use a higher pitch on antithetical words in order to mark their significance or importance in the sentence. But secondly, and this is really important, we tend to use a slightly different pitch between the two antithetical words to show that they are related to one another, they're balanced, but they are slightly different. So for instance, I would say hatred, but then love, hatred, love. If I said them on the same pitch, that would be hatred, love, hatred, love. It starts to sound a little bit like, almost like a list, like they're the part of the same content, but they're different. Hatred, love. And then I would say paralyzes, releases. Paralyzes, releases. Hatred paralyzes life. Hatred paralyzes life. Love releases it. Hatred paralyzes life. Hatred paralyzes life. Love releases it. You can hear that? They're balancing one another. So here are a few more examples of antithesis. When using antithesis for the same word that is modified by a prefix or a suffix, so that's an attachment to either the beginning or the end of a word, be aware that the stress in the word can change in order to indicate the fact that they are being used in an antithetical way. So for instance, some were educated and some were uneducated. Some were educated and some were uneducated. So I'm stressing un because it's a repetition really of the same word, educated, and I'm also changing pitch, between the two. Some were educated and some were uneducated. Antithesis might also be used to add emphasis. So for instance, it wasn't good, it was great. You can hear that? Good, great. There are versions that are brilliant, and then there is this. There are versions that are brilliant, and then there is this. Brilliant and this. Now, antithesis can also be shared between two speakers, and the second speaker tends to use a higher pitch on the antithetical word that balances the word that they are comparing it to from the other speaker. So for instance, you never tidy your room. I always tidy my room. Can you hear that? Never and always. You never tidy your room. You never tidy your room. I always tidy my room. An antithesis can also be heard in ultimatums. So for instance, if you swear once more, I'm going to walk out. You can hear that? Swear, or sort of swear once more, swear, and walk out. If you swear once more, I'm going to walk out. So if you have any questions or confusion about antithesis, then post those in the comments below. I read all of the comments that you leave here. I may not get round to them immediately, but I will get round to them, I promise. And if you like this video, you found it interesting and useful, and you want to find it easily again, then click like. And why not share it with a like-minded friend? And subscribe to the channel because I post weekly videos here every Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. GMT local London time. So I hope to see you here next week.